I know I don't do this for, anymore. And, I just happen to be in the car today. Got my driver taking me places, because, I don't drive. My driver taking me, so I thought, since I got nothing else going on, I might as well reach out to you guys. So, it's surprising. I don't know if surprising is the word, but it's interesting how inflation is being used right now. The inflation thing is literally everywhere, and it's amazing how well it's working when it's really just bullshit. Like, it's manufactured bullshit. Inflation isn't something that happens because the president says so, or if anything, it's the Jew in charge of the Fed that's probably the biggest cause of it. But again, even then, that person is not an individual with this power to decide things, right? Nobody lives in that position. And so it's a group of chosen that pull all the strings, blah, blah, blah. But when you're looking at this inflation shit, you look and you think, like, they've been really trying, because they've been trying to keep throwing shit at us that everybody is going to be affected by, and then therefore have an opinion on, and therefore be distracted by. And so inflation inflation is bipartisan. Inflation affects all religions, all party lines, all sexes, all preferences, all everything. We're all affected by inflation. That's something we can all relate to, and no matter who we vote on or whatever, we can bitch with each other. Yeah, the inflation. Now, it might start a whole conversation as to why, some people blaming. But it really is what we're doing with Israel. Inflation compared to genocide is nothing. Yeah, it affects us all, so you have a personal stake in it, and I think that's how they get so much of us. And that's why the Jewish thing, that's why Jews are God's chosen people, because all of you dumb Christians out there, you immediately turn a blind eye to God's chosen people. This is going to affect your eternity, your afterlife. So you see this really really well, it works really well. It's amazing. It really is amazing how we're just so manipulated and stupid. We're just stupid. And they like it that way. And then they keep us. They're going to give a shit about inflation. Who's not going to care about gas prices going up or something like that? Everybody. Everybody's going to care about our food prices. And when somebody's, trying, what about those people in that other country? What about those people in that other country? Here in the States, we can't eat. It works. It's like how when they murdered Shireen Abu Akleh and then attacked her funeral, we had the grocery store shooting and then the Texas school shooting. Because, you know, who in their right mind is going to focus on one person in a foreign country, even if that person is an American, when you have a whole grocery store full of people and the shooter is racist, you know, motivated by racism. Like, that is what you're going to focus on. That's what you're supposed to focus on. And then again, you're going to focus on a funeral being attacked, which is something you've never heard of before, and it's outrageous, and it should have been and would have been a top story. In most situations, it would have been a top story. But the fact that they were able to you know, to distract us with the school shooting. I mean, again, you're going to care about the one American reporter who is being touted as a Palestinian. So, you know, you've already been brainwashed. Look at that. Wow. You're welcome. That was fucking cool. Wasn't expecting that. What are you're gonna focus on the one American Palestinian woman who got, you know, who was killed a couple days ago? Or are you gonna focus on the 19 kids and 2 teachers that got killed? Of course you're gonna focus on that. You'd have to be really well versed in all of it to make this connection and to see, you know, what's and be that skeptic to begin with. I'd been saying for quite some time, anytime something big happens here, like a shooting or something like that, go look up the Israeli news, because they're probably trying to distract us from something Israeli. And now, you know, it's not even like there's an individual event happening. It's just a thing. Inflation. It's like the nothing. The nothing is coming. The inflation is coming. The inflation. Pretty wild, man. And I'm just, you know, I'm really doing my best to try to pull back. To try to you know, stop being such a crazy conspiracy theorist. And to just believe that's, you know, believe what I'm supposed to believe and say what I'm supposed to say, and, you know, just, I'm you now. I'm going to try to be you now. That's my goal, is to try to be what everybody else is. Good little sheep, quiet, docile, doesn't say anything he's not supposed to say, you know. I'm really trying. And I keep watching the news, and I keep watching the presentation that we're given. And it's really, really hard to do. Like, I'm really struggling with shut the fuck up. And I don't understand, you know, I don't understand what other people are, like, what are you taking? What have you, you know, what are they doing that's working that you're falling for? You know, one of the things that I think is just hilarious is we keep hearing about, like, most of your Trump pansies will talk about how stupid Harris is. She's just so stupid. She's so stupid. Why won't Trump debate her? Why is there, I mean, are they really going to get away with not doing a single debate? They have that first one and then that's it? Because I can't imagine Trump's going to come out of a debate with Kamala looking anything other than foolish. Foolish, anything other than negative shit. You know, I don't, he's so fucking dumb, I don't understand how that's going to benefit him. So, I mean, again, maybe that's why we're just not going to see it. It'd be pretty awful That'd be a pretty awful thing that they wouldn't, that they're so fearful. But again, they know Trump would get destroyed, and if trying to make sure he's the next president, that'd be so difficult, man. One of the key things that they try to focus, one of the things that they've been focusing on is how much bigger and stronger and whatnot that Trump is than Biden. That was the crux of most of the argument was, I could beat you in golf and, all kinds of stupid shit like that. So now, if a woman comes out, a grab him by the pussy woman comes out, and Trump loses the debate to that woman, what are they going to do? How are they going to spin that? They were desperate when it came to, Biden looking stupid and Biden looking old and Biden stumbling over his words and all that shit. So and literally that was the only negatives I heard. I watched the debate and then I watched the aftermath, and it was all about how old he was. Nobody talked about policies. Nobody talked about, what Trump's plans were, what Biden's plans were, what they planned on doing for the country, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Biden did. Biden, talked about a few different things. Mainly, the biggest thing, and the thing that should be getting so much support, is the taxing of the rich. That should be something we all want. We should all be demanding that the rich get taxed their fair share. Because we get taxed out the asshole. I mean, it's the amount of tax you pay on money that you earn and that they just print out of thin air. It's shocking. It's literally shocking. Like, I can't, how everybody is just okay with it, I guess. It's strange. Wow, I just saw another lightning bolt. Looked like it hit the ground. Well, this is, it's the same thing I've been saying literally since like 2015. I just don't understand what it is about Trump that, unless you're a racist, sexist, homophobic, piece of shit, standard, stereotypical white guy, standard white Christian male, I just can't understand it. I absolutely don't understand what is appealing about that man. Jesus Christ, you're dumb. When I went to jail, I got picked up in that parking lot right there. That was so weird. God, that was weird. I don't get it, man. I consider myself like when it's funny, I get so shitted on for my views and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I'm the one whose viewpoints have changed in the last 10, 20, 30 years. Like, most of you believe the same shit you believed when you were young. And it's the stuff that you were, told to believe. Like, I don't think any of you wait, okay, let's look at the Republicans and the Democrats. Let's try to figure out which thing is better. I don't think any of us did that. We were just told that, okay, so now you're a Republican. Well, our family is Republican. I remember asking my mom about that. We were, we had just come out of my grandma's house and we were in her garage and we were getting in the car. And I asked her, like, what's the difference? And she said, well, it basically comes down to Republicans want to keep the money and Republicans want to keep their money and Democrats want to take it all away, want to give it all away. So for like all the homeless people and all that stuff, the Democrats want to take the money and give it to the homeless. And I was really torn because I was like, well, yeah, we should be helping people out, but we shouldn't take it from other people. And then when you think about that shit, they do this to us in so many different ways, right? They do this to us with I'm sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. What do they do to us? Oh, the whole thing about like fixing the homeless and like the Wounded Warrior. The Wounded Warrior program is I hate that. That shit makes me so mad. That's where I used to live. Wow. Whole other apartment complex across the street. There's my bus stop. See my bus stop? And my first job was in this little thing where there is now a tanning place. It was a party store. We used to have the best the best sandwiches. Still love their sandwiches. But like the Wounded Warrior shit, that makes me so mad. I didn't tell those guys to go fight Jew wars. If it was up to me, we wouldn't have been doing it. They wouldn't have gotten hurt in the first place because they wouldn't have been over there fighting some bullshit for these Jew banksters. I that whole thing where it's like, how is that my responsibility? If anything, those guys that come home wounded from war should be completely taken care of by the government. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would we be responsible for any of that? Well, they're out for your freedom. No, they're not. My freedom is never and has never been in danger. Neither is yours. The only way your freedom is in danger is by the cops, is by the American government. The American government is the most dangerous entity in the world when it comes to your own personal freedom. So that but this whole inflation thing is I mean it's like, school's going back right now, right? So if the schools are going back and the genocide has done nothing but continue, that means the college campuses should soon look like they did when school let out last year, right? A bunch of the best of us, the very best generation to exist, Gen Z, It's funny because we've been told our whole lives that Gen Z was shit. Do nothing generation. And it's them that are the ones that are standing up to Israel. The first of the generations to stand up to Israel is Gen Z. And so I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe I'm falsely assuming, that it's going to be the same thing this year. This semester, this school year, where the students are going to be the best. And as that is happening, this inflation argument has really taken off over the summer. Like they've been seeding us, right? They've been getting us ready for the bullshit coming. Wow. I'm not in I'm in a suburbs. It's so interesting to me because I'm such a goofy conspiracy theorist. Reconnecting. Trying to reconnect. You know what? I'm gonna go there and get the petrol. Petroline. Compared to where I am, this is weird. 5E is cheaper than out here.
So it's holding it, and then then you come inside and you tell us exactly how much you want.
Let me get 1504.
And then we ring up exactly how much you want.
Okay.
Because anytime you do it outside, like I said, it doesn't know how much you're gonna pump, right?
Yep.
So every credit card has somewhere 175, somewhere 150, and then after you pump, it charges you.
Thanks,
that
man.
amount after you pump. And
You too.
usually it holds the big amount.
Douchebag just standing there. Damn, what's standing in the way? Try to get that shit in there as quickly as you can and pull the lever because you're going to get a bunch of free gas doing that. I mean, it's not like gallons, but it's with how much gas costs. You should. I'm fucking sore inside my nose. It hurts so bad. But luckily for me, I have frankincense and melaleuca and whatnot. And within a day, normally those from all the snort. Well, I guess that's not the most accurate statement. Reconnecting. Well, this is a busy ass intersection. I mean, considering. Let's see who's not gonna be an asshole. There we Reconnecting. Time to reconnect. Thank you. Oh yeah, I still got 3 miles to go. I wouldn't have been able to go down the other way. What are you, crazy? Well, I probably would have. God, I love it out here. If I gotta live in this area of Michigan, this is one of the areas I'd like to live in. One of them. Not the, but one of the. I'd rather live in the Lakes region than reconnecting. Trying to reconnect. Why can't we reconnect? Why do we have to reconnect? Oh. If I lived out here, I'd be so happy too, because I'd do nothing but garage sale all day, every day. There's just so much to do. Oy vey. Gosh, Vega. Sure, I'm sick of being hurt. You know, I mean, I know I'm just doing this because I'm a big piece of shit. No, but God, it'd be nice to be fixed and not be in pain all the time. Be able to make my life better without having to stop what I'm doing. Blah, 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 blah. I just, it always comes down to the same thing. Like, I just, you know, basically, I just want to be wrong. If I'm wrong, then I don't have to think like this. It doesn't bother me. I don't walk around like borderline depressed, thinking about like what the fuck is wrong with this system and why can't I do something about it? You know, like it's the craziest shit. I hate this forever feeling of the world could be such a better place. We just have to do something about it, and knowing that we're not doing something about it, like that's such a, I don't know. I don't know how most of you exist in that realm. I don't know how most of you exist like that and don't think about it and doesn't, you know, it's not consuming. Like it's consuming for me. It's all consuming. I think about it so much. I have a hard time watching TV. I have a hard time doing stuff because I see so much shit, and I just like the commercials that exist. You know, this inflation commercial that runs all the time, or the one that's all over YouTube where it's like the guy almost ran me over with his car, and I saw him laughing while he was doing it. And Kamala Harris let him out of prison. Came over the border. Kamala did. Like, I see these commercials and I just think, like, who is dumb enough to fall for this? But then it's, holy shit, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through here. Was it like a bad accident? Some sort of shootout? like some sort of shooting. Glad I went this way. Trusted my instincts. Trusting your instincts will get you very far in this world. God, these houses are all so big. What does everybody do? All these people, what do they do for a living to be able to afford houses like this? Like, look at these houses. Look at this shit. Just one after another. Bing, bing, bing. 4 or 5 bedroom houses. Bing, bing. This shit's nuts. What do all these people do? Bing, it's a huge neighborhood too. Look at that. Oh, and now people are getting through just fine. Oh, that's great. That's just great. God, see that? Like that would be ideal for me. Big house, lots of property, big ass yard. I could grow some weed. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to grow some weed again? Ho hum. I don't know, maybe I'm not as popular as I used to be. Maybe next year I could be able to do it again. Wouldn't have to worry as much. Alright. There we go. I have a whole nother reason to back out of this shit. The 2 watchers thing is a lot of the reason. But it's funny, like you can't. It's hard to do. It's hard to. Like no matter what, you're always gonna complain about the negatives being brought against you. And like with this, I know what's happening. It's seemingly pretty obvious. But it's, you know, it still sucks. It's still irritating as an artist, as a revolutionary, as someone who wants to make the world a better place, blah, 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 blah. It still sucks. But nobody's going to want to do it. Nobody wants to fighting an uphill battle all the time. 6, 9, must be young. Yeah, it might be over there. Ah, there we go. All right. Sweet. Oh. Yeah. Check out these drugs. See, the thing is, every time I say I'm out buying cards or something to do with cards, I'm actually buying drugs. There you go. Look at these drugs. Can't wait to get home and snort them up my nose. Shoot them in my arms. That's what I do. I'm a terrible drug user. And that's all I'm ever out here doing is buying and scoring drugs. Drugs. Best part is, I'm going to take these drugs and resell them. These make my job selling to another dude is so much easier. So what I just paid $15 for, I'll end up selling for, you know, like 10 times as much money. It's crazy. But that's just because I'm out snipering. I'm out looking for the deals. I'm not gonna. You know, that's how this works. As long as I give you a better deal than you can get anywhere else, that's awesome. Then this would be such a cool place to have your kids grow up. All these townhomes just all around. There's got to be so many kids for them to play with around here. This would be cool. Pretty sure my uncle lived right around here at some point. I don't know. I think it was, no? I don't know where it was. Anyway, is it going to start raining again? Am I going to end up going through another Strom Thurmond? It was bad for a minute. Anyway, like it sucks knowing that, okay, so now I have 3. So I still assume 2 out of the 3, at least 1, but 2 out of the 3 are Israeli trolls. If you're not an Israeli troll, say so. I'd love to hear from you. You know, if you are an Israeli troll, I'd love to hear from you even more. I'd love to hear what these Israeli trolls have to say about me. Or more importantly, because I don't really care about the personal stuff. You could think I'm ugly. You could think I'm whatever all you want. I want to know, like, what am I getting wrong here, guys? Come on. Let's let's be smart about it and focus on what's wrong, not just stupid, stupid bullshit. I don't like being in this neighborhood. These cops out here are shit. And I just passed one. Oh. You better believe I ain't your mama. I don't understand. The speed limit is 45 here, and we're going like 37. And we're out in the country. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody always being so stupid? Looks like it's going to rain again. It doesn't. I hate talking about personal stuff. Like, I like it. I don't mind it. Like it's not like it bothers me. It's just like I feel like, why would anybody be interested in my own personal shit? Like, I'm not important, you know? I don't mind doing story time here and there, but like at the end of the day, there's a genocide happening right now. And I don't understand what's more important than stopping this fucking genocide. What else is there? The Jews are murdering people. And they're it's relentless. You know, it's relentless, and it's cowardly. You know, these cowards dropping bombs from planes that we give them. Dropping bombs that we give them. This is all your American tax dollars hard at work murdering women and children. And now you're being distracted by the inflation idea. Oh, it's inflation. Boo, inflation. Biden and Harris. Biden, Harris, Trump, Harris. Like, it's embarrassingly stupid. And then there's the aspect that, you know, as embarrassingly stupid as it is, nobody seems to be able to have a conversation about it in any intelligent sort of conversation about it. People want to bitch, people want to cry, and people want to, you know, say stupid shit, but if you have a rebuttal to that stupid shit or you question their stupid shit, they clam up. And like the craziest thing to me is to ask people, why do you support Trump, and them not really have anything. You'd think, like, especially when it comes to like conspiracy people, you know, you guys, you're smarter than most, you look into things more than most, you require more than most to believe something. So why, you know, what is the Trump situation providing you that fits that need? It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that this is so difficult. I don't understand. I try to understand, give the benefit of the doubt. You know, I do. I literally only look at the official narrative. I don't even look at conspiracy theory, this or that. I'm literally only focused on what I'm supposed to read and what I'm supposed to know. And even in that scenario, it's still embarrassingly stupid. You know, what need to read if you say this will answer your questions about vaccines or, you know, whatever. I'll check that out. One of my favorite sources of information is Wiki. Is the official Wiki pages of things. I know people think Wiki is... That was interesting. When it comes to Dr. David Sencer and the swine flu vaccination program of 76, you can't just go edit that page. I can't just go edit that page. You know, we are the official page, and it wouldn't make sense that we could. You know, if it's the official page, if it's the thing where people are going to go look for the answers and they're going to look for that stamp of, you know, that if they be able to edit it, that would be stupid. So when you look at that shit and you see it's you know, you look up the official. Oh, it even did a restart. Wow, 25 minutes is pretty funny. You know, when I'm looking at 1970, when I'm looking up David Sencer, Dr. David Sencer, it's what they want me to know. And you don't need to look up conspiracy theory shit. It's pretty phenomenal, actually. The narrative that you're supposed to believe, the narrative that the official narrative for just about everything is so unbelievably stupid. I don't know what to do. When I you know, go look up David Sencer program, but the 1976 swine flu, it's terrifying. And this is the official account. You know, there again, if that and if that's the case, and you know that I'm looking at the official narrative, chances are you've never even looked into it. How can you possibly say I'm wrong? If you've never researched something, how do you know that what somebody that has researched it, what they're saying is wrong? Just that arrogance is insane, and that's Christian arrogance bleeding through. You know, the ignorant, insecure arrogance that's associated with Christianity in all of its forms. It's 100% insecure arrogance across the board. I mean, it's extremely telling. At the end of the day, it's telling. You know, but that shit is everywhere. That shit, a Tim Hortons fucking truck? Who has a Tim Hortons food truck? I thought the point of food trucks was to not be a chain like that. That's fucking weird. I think it's crazy. I mean, you know, people can say whatever they want to about me. At the end of the day, there's at least two people that have been watching me basically from the beginning, and they do every time I go live, and they don't say anything. Who do you think those people are? They're not going to be supporters, right? Because supporters will say something. Especially when called out. So if it's not supporters that are basically, you know, stalking me, then who is it? What makes sense? It's really all it ever comes down to is what makes sense. Does it make sense to you that any random regular person would watch me and be invited to converse, invited to tell me what I'm wrong, tell me how I'm stupid, please? I'm not sitting here asking you for praise. I never ask for praise. I'm uncomfortable getting praise. You know, you really want to bother me, tell me how great I am. And you know, I'm trying to educate myself. I feel like I've done a good job educating myself, since it's next to impossible to find education on these topics. And there's nowhere you can go talk to anybody. You can't call anything. I can't call the World Health Organization and ask them to tell me about Dr. David Sencer and the 1976 swine flu vaccination program. So where does someone like me go? I can't talk to the adults around me because they're all brainwashed idiots. And not only are they brainwashed idiots, they're incapable of having conversations. Like, you would think, I find it fascinating, right? Like, if I believed in God and God was this answer to all the problems and shit, I wouldn't hesitate to talk about it. You know, I wouldn't be. I don't understand what other than, you know, it's bullshit and it's really stupid. I don't understand what it is that keeps religious people from being able to have a simple conversation. If anything, you guys, I'm the one that's going brain. When it comes to vaccines, when it comes to government, when it comes to religion, when it comes to any of it, I'm the one that you, history of whatever it may be, to fall back on. I'm the one that's questioning, and I'm the one that's, you know, there saying, well, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know what else to do there. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how else to be a better, more open person than to be like, all right, tell me what I'm wrong about. Because you don't see that anywhere. You don't see that on any news program or any, you know, anything. You barely even see it on YouTube or on anything like that. You don't see truthers telling you to tell me what I'm wrong about. I mean, you do, but not like I do it, you know. There, you know, when it comes to flat Earth and stuff like that, it's like, you know, instead of me proving it's flat, you prove it's round. But as I say all the time, the more you know, the dumber you sound. It's just how you present it. If you present shit with conviction and you're confident and all that shit, then yeah, it's gonna be more believable. But when you, like Neil deGrasse Tyson and shit, his arrogance is what convinces you, because you know that he would look down on you and make fun of you, and he wouldn't answer your questions. He'd shit talk you. And so you instinctively accept the browbeating, you know, before it even happens. You're just ready for whatever bullshit he throws at you. Oh, mic drop. If he's so confident, why wouldn't you have a simple conversation with a guy like B.O.B.? Like, it's just that is the that is what you should be looking at. That's what you should be talking about. You know? If somebody is willing to have a conversation, that just seems like it's you know, that's the thing we should all be focused on. It shouldn't be this hard for me to find opposition. I'm on social media. Social media gives everyone balls. Social media makes tough guys out of everyone. Anonymity makes people, you know, assholes. So where are they? At the end of the day, look at my feed and ask yourself, where are all of the religious people? You're telling me that the 3 people that are watching me all happen to not believe in God too, and agree with everything I have to say? The multiple people that have come through in the time that I've been live, because there's the 2 that stay steady watching, and then there's the 1 or 2 that are allowed to come in for any lengthy period of time, whatever. You're telling me all those people that come in, they all just agree with everything I have to say. If that was the case, the world would be a much better place. It's fucked up. This is all really fucked up. I shouldn't have such difficulty finding simple conversation. You guys have the religion. If you believe the narrative, then you have 2,000 years worth of high horse to stand on. You should be able to put me in my place. Right? Doesn't that make sense? It's the shit that I just don't understand, you know? Me being who I am, like, it's hard for me to not go live. I want to share these insights with the world. And maybe that makes me arrogant and whatnot, but fuck, man, it's the truth. I want the world to be a better place. I want my kids to have a better existence. I want my grandkids to have a better, safer, happier existence. And I firmly believe that unless there's a big change, that's not going to happen. So what are you supposed to do? Can't run for office. I don't have those kind of connections. I don't know. It would be such a different story if every time I went live, people came in, made me feel stupid, made me look stupid, you know. If there was the negative side of the internet, like it's the fucking internet, like it should be, that would make sense. You know, it would be so much easier to stop. But this weird thing that happens where nobody, you know, nobody can say anything. If there were arguments to be made, believe me, people would make them. There's the randomness of this. There's 3 people watching. You know, one of those fucking idiots watching me believes in Jesus. It's just what it is. I believe 2 of them are Jews. Jews and their infinite superiority complex. You'd think they'd be willing to come on here and smack down this dumb goyim who gets it all wrong and doesn't know what he's talking about. And yet, they're the last people to come in here. They're the last ones that have something to say to me. I mean, you know, you see it all over the place. Every time you see some story where a Jew got stomped out or something like that, it's because he was an asshole and he said something to somebody that he shouldn't have. But, you know, they never cover that part of the story. Oy vey, gosh, vega. Hachi machi. Sorry, I'm just distracting myself. Like I said, man, there should be opposition. The fact that I get 0 opposition is the biggest smoking gun to me of any of them. This is the internet, man. There should at the very least be idiots coming through. You don't know what you're talking about. Jesus is the Lord and Savior. Amen, Jesus. Like that idiot should at least be here every video. You see it all over the fucking web. Somebody posts something about God or whatever on Facebook and let me get an amen. And it's like if you put amen, then you're going to get money. The amount of people just trying to, oh, I want to type amen too. And it's always some arrogant, selfish bullshit, you know. You happen to be an American where your parents had sex, but somehow that's praise Jesus worthy. Like, it's fucking stupid shit. And at the same time, you get these fucking idiots who literally give away all of their credit. Instead of taking the credit for their own accomplishments, they're they got to give the credit away to Jesus. That's Jesus. It's weird. Oh man, I find it crazy. If you believe in God, Jesus, whatever, please tell me why. If you believe in Trump or Harris Biden, please tell me why. If you believe the story of slavery, please tell me why. Native American genocide. You believe in round Earth. All these things. I'd love to know what makes you accept the narrative that you're given. Because I'm given the same narrative you are. And I can honestly say that most of the stuff that either we share now or we used to share in common belief-wise, it was that way simply because I never thought about it. It seems like every time I think about it or I put some effort into it, there's so many cracks in holes in the narrative. Like it's easy for me not to believe. It's something where I'm like shocked I ever believed the official narrative to begin with. And it's when you go, well, why did I believe what I was supposed to believe? What have I been presented that justifies me believing the narrative as I'm told? And it's always the same. It's bullshit. You'd be amazed. Why do you hate gay people? Well, no. Like, why do you? Not what's the Bible say? Not whatever. Do you hate gay people because you have a misconception of what the Bible says, or you think the Bible says something that it maybe doesn't? Like, and then when you say, okay, so what part of the Bible says you should hate gay people? Do you know? Like, can you quote the verse? Can you give me something to research on that? Chances are you can't. The chances are you've been made into a bigot and you don't even know why. You're just a bigot. That's all it is. You're a bigot and you don't understand it. You just are. That's fucking crazy. It's crazy to think that way. It's crazy to grasp that, to have that understanding that you have been manipulated into being a bigot. And when I ask you, well, why are you that way? Most of the time, like, it's funny, if you call someone a bigot, they start talking about gay this, that. Like, the gays don't, gays shouldn't have rights or whatever. And you go, wow, you're a bigot. They don't go, yeah, I am. I fucking hate these gays because of this. They go, no, I'm not. No, I'm not a bigot. I. It's like, why don't you just be a bigot? Hell yeah, I'm a bigot. I hate those people. Why don't you say that shit? You never see this. You never see it. It's the same it's the same bullshit. Like, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we're given, what the topic is. It really doesn't. It's the same stupidity. It's the same bigotry. It's the same everything, no matter what the story is. And I chalk that up to, like, maybe that's just the Western culture, the way that we've been, you know, that I don't know, the progressive, I don't know what you call it. I mean, you know, you see like shit that comes out of Asia, out of China, out of Japan, and you see how well behaved those people are. And it just, I guess it depends on what narrative you're looking at, but some of it looks fun, but most of it looks pretty miserable. Ugh. You know, it's just weird. It's so much different than how we have it, and you wonder, like, is it because the Asians want it to be that way? You think if they're given the option to remake society, it's gonna be like that? I don't know. I don't know what, like, the narrative that, like, I mean, I guess I don't really know, because again, you can't talk about it with people, because they're, even though they claim to believe something, they have no ability to communicate about it. But, like, what people think would happen if religion was gone. And you think, like, you know, people say, oh, there'd be a lot more. Do people really not kill people because of the option of hell and shit? I'm probably gonna lose you. But, like, I don't, you know, most of the times does kill someone, they're religious. So that fear of hell, fear of the devil, that it doesn't work. You know? Somebody find their wife sucking some dick, you know, then an eternity in hell. Weird shit, man. It's all such shit. And as always, I'm sitting here going, like, if I'm wrong, tell me what I'm wrong about. And of course, nobody has anything to say. Nobody on social media has anything to say. And if they do, it'll be, oh, you need a haircut or some stupid. Wow. Strange. 4 people here. Not a single person agrees or disagrees. More importantly, disagrees with anything I'm saying. All of you think the Jews are A-okay. All of you think, you know, you think inflation is bad and Biden Harris did it and Trump's gonna be the savior or some shit. Like, what do you think? I find people fascinating, man. I wish I could understand why people think the way they do. I can't find it. I can't find anybody willing, like, it's weird. It's like, if you disagree with me, so if you came on my shit and you believed in God, Jesus, and all that shit, and I didn't, Why does that matter? If everything I'm saying isn't true to begin with, then why would it matter if I say it? You should look at it as this opportunity to crush any argument I may have. You know? To help some lost soul who needs to find Jesus. You'd think that would be the fucking... That would be that would be it. But it doesn't work that way. Oh, oy vey. Gosh, big. Oy vey. This was a super deal. $15. Can't beat that with a bat. I think Joe brought you some more Joe-matos. Oh. Oy vey. Oy vey. Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. It's so scary. Anyway, well, I'm trying. I do my best to try to have some sort of conversation. And like talking to people about anything, it fails every time, because even though you claim to believe in something, you can't have a simple conversation about it, especially with someone that you know doesn't agree with you. Unbelievable. Anyway, bye. Oh, wait. Pedophiles, kill yourself. I almost forgot.